Hey everyone, welcome to the Paint Log. My name's Keith, and we're going to talk about my miniature progress this week. It has been a busy week. I got a whole bunch of miniatures for a really good deal, which you'll see shortly. We will be starting a new weekly challenge here on the Paint Log, and of course I have to talk about the minis I painted. So without further ado, let's get into it. To start off, this past weekend, me and my girlfriend traveled to Greenville, South Carolina, just as a weekend getaway. While we were there, we decided to swing into some local hobby shops just to see what they had and support some local business. Well, I got a lot of things that I really enjoy, and that will probably be the subject of some future videos. The real story actually happened at 2nd and Charles. Perusing around some of their displays, I actually noticed 3 different boxes of Reaper Bones miniatures. I found a Japanese-inspired set. I found a pirate-inspired set, and I found a generic Dungeon Dwellers set. I believe these were Kickstarters that Reaper Bones did. Each of these sets comes with 30 to 40 miniatures in them, and I got each one for $20, so a total of $60, and it's about 100 to 120 miniatures. Needless to say, I am like a kid in a candy shop. I have enough miniatures to last me for life. Will that stop me from spending? In the upcoming months, yes. We're gonna stop that for a little bit. But for now, I have miniatures to paint, and so I am going to introduce a new little challenge segment. I have a box, and inside this box is going to go all of those miniatures. First, the Japanese-inspired minis. Hopefully they didn't break. Next, the pirates. Just push them down. Last, the Dungeon Dwellers. Oh, that's backwards. And with that, we have one full box of miniatures. Now I'm going to go ahead and give it a little toss and turn. And now I'm going to reach in and grab one of the minis. I get a random. Let's go with... It's difficult to see, but we pulled out a little Skeletal Viking. So that must have been from the Dungeon Dweller set. I will get that little fella primed and painted over the next week. In fact, go and leave a comment down below with the 3 colors you think I should paint the skeleton in. I'll choose a random comment and use those 3 colors to paint the skeleton. Speaking of skeletons, that's a perfect segue into the miniatures I painted this week. So this is the only miniature that I painted from the Reaper Bones sets that I got from 2nd and Charles. It is a skeletal pirate captain at the helm of their ship, and I painted it in a couple of hours last night. I wanted to do the mini in colors that were a little bit darker than I'm normally used to. Of course, I splashed a little bit of color in there with the bright green sash, but overall, I really just wanted to get something done to show y'all. Plus the fact that I just got a whole bunch of new miniatures and I was itching to paint one. It isn't my highest quality of paint job, but I think it's important to just have a couple of projects that you don't paint to your highest quality. Take some of the stress out, and it just reminds you that the hobby is supposed to be fun. Plus, overall, he looks great. And while I say all that, I'm also constantly looking to improve. And so with this miniature in particular, I used way too much super glue, and you can see a large white spot on the bottom right foot. In the future, I can use less super glue, or before I varnish the model, or even after I varnish the model, I can go back and paint over that with just some brown and it would disappear. Up next, we have an Enchanted sword, part of the Wildspire Miniatures Enchanted Objects line that I've been steadily working through. I wanted to paint this miniature in contrast to the Maul that I painted the other week. While the Maul's magical energy was very cool, blue-toned, this sword's magical energy is orange and fiery, and really adds a punch to the model. I also tried a little bit of wet blending on the purple orb in the center of the sword, and I feel like I really was able to get a nice transition, and also at the same time make it look somewhat cloudy and opaque. All in all, I've really enjoyed painting the Enchanted Objects line from Wildspire, and I believe I only have 4 or 5 more to go. So that should be finishing up soon too. Finally, we have Thendrax, the mighty young red dragon. In full honesty, this is not a mini that I painted this week, but the dragon that I wanted to show y'all last week when Clipchamp was not working. Thendrax is a mainstay in our campaign. The group has kind of yoinked him into being their mount for a brief period of time, and they are currently assaulting a crumbling tower on the top of a mountain. And Thendrax is attacking the outside to distract as the group is going inside. This was one of the first minis that I ordered for our campaign, and it's one of the first minis that I put a lot of time into. I really wanted to make sure my base coating was down, and I think that came across. And I even got a little adventurous and tried to blend in some darker red on the back of the wings. That did not go as well as the blending on the orb of the sword in the previous mini, but I'm still satisfied with the result, and I'm happy that Thendrax joins my group of minis that I've painted. And that is everything I've done in the hobby this week. Actually, I did work a little on the terrain board. I painted some of the standalone rock pillars and all of that, and made them kind of coherent with the rest of the board itself. The next step is to darken all the recesses with the wash, so hopefully the next time you see the terrain board, it will look a lot more hobby. Thank you for taking time out of your day to follow me along on my hobby progress. It means a lot, and I really appreciate all the support. Remember, if you liked what you see, to hit the like button. If you're new here and want to keep following along on the hobby journey, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to hit the bell so that you stay notified. That's all I have for today. My stomach is killing me. It says eat, so I'm going to go do that. But I will see you all next time. Bye!